2 or 3 years before I could get my Army retirement. But I also, at the post office, I had joined the thrift savings plan, so that made up a lot of my salary to have equal salary from where I retired, because I retired from the post office in that year, 2000, whenever the towers went down. I think it was 201. That's when I retired from the post office.
And then you retired from the service.
I retired from the service first, and then from the post office.
Yeah, but you didn't, until you collect your retirement, you're not considered.
My retirement papers say 98.
Yeah.
And I'm completely retired then, but I wasn't 60 then.
Oh, you weren't 60.
No, I wasn't 60 until, what was it? It ended up being 2 years from 201. So,
well, 03, yeah.
03, I turned 60.
Were you presented the Kuwaiti Liberation Medal?
No.
No? Why is that?
I think mine said Saudi Arabia. I don't know if I may have gotten Kuwaitis. It's a big, all I know is a big gold
That's the Kuwaiti
medal.
one. Yeah, it's gold, yes.
Oh, well, I got that one then.
That's worth a lot of money, I understand.
Is it?
Well, it's pure gold.
Well,
make sure you put it away.
It's hidden in my closet right now.
Well, it should be in a safety deposit.
Well, who presented it to you? Because I know...
the prince came back over. We had a special ceremony.
Here?
And, yes, and in the Inkster Center. And I didn't have to wear my uniform. I was happy. Because, see, they have never, ever gotten a uniform that fit me. Well, they fit the bottom, but they never fit my tops. The one from Basic, when I got back home from Basic, they sent a uniform, the sleeve fit way down in here. And the jacket, it was just hanging off of me. To take my picture in Basic, my girlfriend from South Dakota, I borrowed her jacket. And I was holding my breath because I didn't want to pop the button. And we had just come out of the field, so I looked horrible. I told them I looked horrible. But those were good days.
Well, like, what would you say were the things that you learned from your time in the military?
Well, lessons learned.
The lessons learned.
Lessons learned.
All people are human, and they like to be treated just as good as you are. All of them are your friends, unless you turn on them first. Think before you speak, because I had one soldier that really didn't do that, and he learned that before I left. He wanted to be a police officer, but he couldn't because he was too short. So he ended up in my section. And in my section, we also took care of payroll. And I'm sitting at the desks and directing everyone as to what they're supposed to do to stay busy for this time. And he had a comment that he wanted to make, but he wouldn't make it to me. So he told other people, and other people came back and told me. Then at the end of our session in the morning, I made the announcement, does anyone have a problem with me sitting at this desk giving orders? You can take my place anytime. I'll let you sit in my seat, and I'll give you all the work that I have to do during this day and have it ready before 5 o'clock. Can you do it? You think you can? No one said a word. So I sat back in my seat. I said, okay, you're dismissed for lunch. But Sergeant, no, PFC, I need to talk to you after lunch, because I want him to squirm. So I went downstairs for my lunch, because they had an hour for lunch, and I always go down after everybody's finished and the line's through, and I sit down, eat my dinner, and go back upstairs. Well, I tried to eat my dinner quietly in a corner. He came over, Sergeant Williams, what did I do? What did I do? I said, you know what you did? Sit down. You've been telling everybody, all I do is delegate. You've never had this rank. I earned every stripe here, and at that time I was a 6. I said, but you know, you really don't know what you're talking about, do you? You don't know what I do, But if I ever hear this rumor again that you were talking about me saying I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not intelligent enough to have that job, I'll take you out in that parking lot and I'll kick your butt all over that parking lot. He never ever did it again. This is when a guy that had to learn a woman can also command. Men aren't the only ones in the Army.
So, would you recommend the service for
Yes, I would.
other women?
Yes, I would. Some of them need it badly. Even the ones that were in there. I know they learned a lot. Because the women really stuck together in there. Most of them did anyway. It was only a few of them that weren't very kind to people. One of them got straightened out. A lieutenant, a little butterbar, she got straightened out in the end. Commander took my side, which to me was right in the first place, because each time I went back every night, she had changed the entry code, and I couldn't get in the computer. And then she'd take off for in town. And as I said, 4 o'clock in the morning, I had to send off the reports. And the commander says, "Do you have your reports ready, Sergeant Williams?" I said, "No." The lieutenant changed the entry code, and I couldn't do anything.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
We're happy to have another woman in our group. Now we have 4, right?
Oh.
4.
Well, I'm planning a 424 get-together, and I hope to have it by March, and I hope I can get more women to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you tell
A lot of them haven't. The ones that I know now they have never been to the war. They didn't.
Well,
go
it
to
doesn't
the war.
matter if you served.
They were just in.
If you served in the military.
My girlfriend came under the CAS program, and the CAS program, their training was whatever they had as a civilian job. They took that same job in the service.
Oh.
And my girlfriend was working for the mayor at the